guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is a tutorial video on how I made the skirts. To my subscribers, thank you for subscribing. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, comment in the comment section, sit back and enjoy how I made this video. So here I have my measurements as skirt length 17 inches, waist 32, hip 48, flap length 25 inches. I'm going to map out my total skirt length as 17 inches. On that 17, you minus 2 inches from the top, which we're going to use for our band. Then from that top, you measure out 7 inches. That's where the hip is going to line out. So we are going to measure out your waistline, which is 32 inches divided by 4, or you fold your tape into 4, which is total of 8 inches. Add extra 3 inches at the side after a major measurement, which I'm going to use for my allowance, or that. Measure the hip, which is 48 inches divided by 4, 12, and add 3 inches, or you fold your tape into 4 and add 3 inches for allowance. The bottom part of the skirt is going to still be our hip measurement, but this time just 1 inch allowance. Now curve it out, join the lines together from the top, the sides, and you cut it out. Now, if your hip is too sharp, do a slight curve so it's not very sharp on the outside. To cut the back part of our skirt. Now we're going to leave 2 inches on the outside. The 2 inches is going to be our zipper space. So cut exactly how the front skirt is. Now we'll proceed to cutting out our band. Our band is the initial 2 inches we are taking off from the skirt when we're cutting it. So we're making it 5 inches because by the time we fold it, we're going to need ½ inch on both ends to be able to sew in the band on the skirts. So after cutting out our 5 inches width band, we set it aside. Now the initial 3 inches we created on the front, we're going to take out 2 inches because this skirt doesn't need that. Then we proceed to using the skirt to cut out the shape of our flap. Take out your 2 inches. So there and then you place your skirts at the top of the skirt. I'm measuring out like 4 inches for the flap that I need. 4 inches for the flap that I need. And it's slowly slanted. And don't forget, like, you have this curve right here. So now we're placing everything on the lining to cut.
This is the front part of the skirt, and I'm going to snap that out. I'm done cutting the front part of the lining, and now I'm going to cut the back part of the lining. So, now the last part to cut is the flap. And for the flap, we're not cutting it on a fold because it's just going to be on the front. So here, we're going to put, this is called a fusing, just to harden the band a little bit. So, I'm going to iron the fusing. Please guys, you have to put the back of the fabric over the fusing. And then iron.
So this is the part where I'm lining the flap. So you're going to put the lining over to the right side of the fabric, which is called facing. Now you're going to, after sewing it, you're going to top stitch on the wrong side, not on the right side. You're going to top stitch it on the wrong side. So pretty much this is just us getting done with lining the flap, and after hemming the bottom and the side, you're just going to come out at the top part. Moving over to the back part of the skirt, we are going to fold it over and cut it into 2 equal parts. So this is the part where we're going to add our zipper. It's best to have it hemmed first before cutting it, so we're sure like it's equal. Now we're going to sew through the parts we have cut into 2. So, and after that we will come out at the top part of the skirt. That is where we're going to have our band. It's always good to consider the edges so that you can use whatever to push it out, so it's like properly out. Now after all that, you go on to iron your outfit. After ironing your skirt, it's time to add the darts. The darts now from the straight line is 6.5 inches down to your hip line 6 inches. So you're going to have half inch, mark a straight line and have half inch on both sides. That's how you're going to hold it together to sew your darts. This is how your darts should look like after hemming it. Our band is ready. After adding the fusing, you fold into 2 equal and then iron. At the front part of my skirt, I already have my flap over it and I secured it with a stitch at the top. Now it's time to add the band. If you notice here, I started with the back of the skirt to add the band, so that the front, I can see what I'm doing on the front when I'm top stitching. So this is what it's going to look like, and when you bend it over, you're going to cover all that mess, and that's how your band is going to form. So covering that mess, you top stitch on that line. Now after adding our band, at this point our skirt is almost ready. So you're going to put the back over to the front and then measure out your waistline again, the hip line again, and the zipper space you have created is to be the extra space on the skirt. That's where you're going to add your zipper. And yes, our skirt is ready. Your zipper starts all the way down from the pointed darts up, because this is a high waist skirt and you want to be sure you'll be able to fit it properly. But pretty much our skirt is ready and good to go. If you have watched this video to this point, please give us a thumbs up, Leave a comment in the comment section and let's know what part of the video is your most interesting part. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you all in my next video. Ciao.